Previously on Two Past Midnight.
Good news is they're starting to grow crops. Bad news, they have a scarecrow that seems to be a real person strung up on a cross.
See if you can't find your daughter, and we'll wait. We'll give you 24 hours, and if we don't hear from you, we'll move on.
I don't even know if she is still there.
I know, but I can tell you this much. I know it's not going to be safe for me and my men.
And why do I owe you this favor?
It's just the right thing to do.
Do you see that house there? Look in the window. That is Amelia. And this is the closest you will get to seeing your daughter. You are lucky I am letting you leave with your life. We left off last time with quite a bit of shit. Some of the stuff the characters know about, some of it they don't. And it was just a cool reveal that I thought would be fun to do at some point of that Russian guy with the padlock chain getting shot by Rose, because that seemed fun. But what do you guys think of LT's deciphering?
I'm useful.
It's about
That
time.
liberal arts degree came in handy.
Just think if we would have shot him when we found him.
I opened fire.
I think Merrick's going to do the only thing he can do at this point and throw himself into a project to forget everything else. And now this is it. He's been hooked. The fact that there's a puzzle.
Yeah. He's back to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's doing like full-on detective thing where he's like, oh, no. This is a mystery and we need to solve this. That's it. So.
Does that make me Scooby-Doo?
I was going to go with that reference.
Shaggy?
So the basic clues that you guys have gotten is you've gotten these three locations, and all three of them are also referenced in the numbers that are spelled out within the text of it. The Alice one seems to focus on where the sea is, which is the one that's furthest to the south east of the other two, right? Because the other two are a little bit further north of it and to the west a little ways. And then the one that kind of seems like it's associated with Alice is the one that's further south. And the references like Alice through the looking glass things, and then the plague, and then there's like an azimuth and a distance, which, by the way, I was wrong. I said 80 kilometers. It's 70. Like, once you do the math again, you're like, oh, shit, sorry, I forgot to carry the whatever. It's a 70, not 80 kilometers.
Lousy French.
Oh, it's une, deux, trois.
So that's basically what you have right now. These three locations and an azimuth and south, to the southwest, 70 kilometers. What are you guys thinking?
I think it would be worthwhile to continue to decipher this book.
Yeah. I mean, I had to stew on it. Like, I've read through it 3 or 4 times, and just last night, just flipping through, it clicked. So, I mean, I'm not the brightest bulb, but I think with enough time and effort in with this, and maybe we can put our heads together. We can kind of unravel this mystery here.
By the way, technically by the map, it'd be west by southwest. So it would be along the southwest direction of a hex.
I've been to South by Southwest. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but this is west by southwest, not south by southwest.
I was just making it funny.
And I'm only saying that because you guys I can see your arrows that you're drawing. Hold on. Let me make it so, there we go. And then everybody can see them.
I was combing around.
Can we throw a C prime on there?
A C prime?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Or could you draw the line on there?
It's, the line that you are drawing right now is exactly what I meant.
That's
like
Brian's
that.
line, but okay.
Okay. You,
70.
Whoever it is that's drawing that line, that's the line I'm talking about, 70 kilometers.
Right in the width of the fucking tank brigade.
Well, thankfully we already punched them in the mouth and got them all stirred up.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay.
Not only that, but that's a heck of a
It's a jaunt.
from where we're at currently.
So, and I would kick to Merrick whether he thinks we need to go straight to C or if we should hit the closer ones before we do anything else.
Well, it doesn't make any sense to. What is that line for? Is there anything else other in the passages? There are 3 locations, but there is only one location with one line. Do the other locations also have lines for them?
I haven't found any additional information on the other locations for anything secretive connected with them, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It just means I have not cracked that code.
Okay.
Nor there may not be a code, or I may not be smart enough to get said code. But I have just, I found their descriptors, I found their coordinates. We know these 3 locations are linked. And I don't have code names for the other one. I just have the Alice of it all
Because the other 2 don't make any sense by themselves. It should require. Why even mention the other locations if you only have the one location and you have azimuth and direction and distance? Why the other 2? Maybe the other 2 also have lines, and then the intersection is the important part.
Like X marks the spot.
Well, like triangulation,
Gotcha.
Because right now, if you draw a line between all 3 of them, Skarzysko Kamiena is pretty close to middle in triangle. But if they are pointing in different directions, perhaps, is that way.
I see what you're saying.
I don't even know if we need to go to these locations. Maybe we just need to examine book and go from there. Captain Emmett, we should take time to study this book more.
That's what you guys want to do. I mean, we can do that. I would say then our best bet would be, you think the village would still be hospitable? At least then we got a roof over our head without sleeping here with our face in the dirt. Give you guys a table or something to work off of, and then me and Murph can work along with the village, keeping watch while you 2 kind of pore over this book a little bit.
That is, the village would probably be a good place. Yeah.
What is the red box on the map again?
That was the town that that other group of people was from, that you rescued from the group of Soviets that were escorting them, where he got this book and this map from.
They were a friendly town.
But they also said possible shepherd's flock, but that was coming from the Soviets that were...
Right. There were collaborators there with shepherd's flock.
I'm just wondering because it's very centrally located between the 3.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to move to the village and then reassess?
Yeah, I would think that's probably our smartest move here, to not stay, just south of this town.
Okay.
Especially with, what Murph had seen overnight and what about the town already.
Right. Merrick is going to share enough information for you guys to get the gist that it is not a safe, friendly place. And then Felix would have had an experience along with Patricia and Emil.
Emil, yes.
Yeah.
So word would have passed that it's not hospitable.
All right. Well, then I say we head back to the village that we know to be somewhat friendly with some of your relation, and we will bunk up there while these 2 try and see if they can't decipher this book a little more.
When we start making our way, Murph's going to ask Merrick, why don't you come up with me and be out front. I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So do you have any idea how big this shepherd's flock has grown here? Or is it just a complete conundrum that nobody knows much about them?
Ref, is there anything...
Well, I mean, like they have a leader, right? Adalbert, right? He's kind of like the leader of the group, of the pack. And but they've been going out and like recruiting people. So the numbers could be, who knows, how many people they've been able to recruit to their cause. That it's not necessarily just exclusively Poles. They've also been able to recruit some of the NATO people and possibly some of the people that had been drafted into the Soviets. It kind of depends on if they're able to, on how easily malleable that individual would be, on if they convert them or dispose of them. That seems like the best way to put it.
Yeah, Murph is like wondering, is this growing like fucking wildfire here, and everyone's flocking to this?
In every Polish town we go to or hear of, there are preachers there or prophets. They're speaking, And some people just listen, and others listen and the words mean something to them. So, at first it seemed like small nuisance problem, Like, here, there, okay, you crazy people with your crazy ideas, But then it starts to pick up. One person here, another person there, and then you get that, what is that, the weight, the herd behind, and makes it stronger. There's more pressure.
Like any radical movement.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they're kind of related to my whole freak out with the crosses and all that.
Oh, they put the people on crosses, and this is bad for you, huh?
Quite some time ago, although it's probably not as long ago as it seems, we came across a bunch of burning crosses with bodies on them. And somehow, some way, it like broke my brain. Call it PTSD, whatever you want to describe it as. But it seems to be a trigger that tends to make me snap, I guess you could say. Like a flashback.
Yeah. No, I've... this common thing with many victims of crime, that they leave in that moment, and there is always that trigger for them.
It's a strange thing for me, because I have seen a ton of combat, a ton of killing, a ton of brutal things. But this one thing has just seemed to stick with me and triggers like an unbelievable rage. And I don't know if it's, the thought of how somebody could do that to innocence, or that there's this movement behind doing, like, this is a facet of this, air quotes here, religion.
The funny thing about trauma is that is by its nature sometimes irrational as far as the trigger. Sometimes you can be going along and everything is fine, and then you see a sock with Mickey Mouse on it, and suddenly the world is broken.
Yeah, something like that.
Your experience. Like I said, I have seen many victims of violent crime with similar things, where they no longer. They experience a moment of out of control. That they are no longer the prime mover in their life. And then there is that one thing that just brings them back to that moment, long after it is stopped.
Yeah, I appreciate you talking to me about it, but I wanted to get some info, but I figured you needed to know the backstory so you don't think I'm just a psychopath.
No, as you are stuck in the moment. But you have to remember, and this, ref, is where I would like to roll an empathy roll with the counselor specialty. But you have to remember that when you are in that moment, that you must take a breath, because you are not there at the same time. The thing that made you feel that way is not the thing that is happening now. I don't know if it's been enough time.
Technically, it's a medicine roll, and you guys have been around each other for about a week. So that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, I'm sorry. I said empathy because I have nothing for medical aid, but
Counselor, we give you a +1.
exactly.
So, yeah, okay.
So here we go. A B and a D. Fingers crossed.
It's pushable.
Yeah. I got an 8 and a 1, so it's not. Do I need more?
It's one success. One success is enough.
All right.
And then Chris has to make an empathy roll.
Yep.
Oof.
But I succeeded in medical aid. Guess what's
That's
next?
one. That is medical aid. You actually should roll for both traumas, technically.
Oh, okay.
Once for each one.
I forgot he still had the other one.
2 traumas.
The other one's about stress.
One of them is specifically the phobia of the crosses. The other one is the
Violent rampage.
violent rampage.
Or
yes.
the-
Gotcha.
Violent rampage. Yes.
A 9 and a 3. Bam.
Another success. All right. So both of them, you have a potential, Chris, of coming out of. But you roll an empathy roll for one and then an empathy roll for the other.
All right, come on, 6.
Just tell me which one it's for before you roll it.
Ooh.
Go big to little, man.
Crosses or violent rampage?
Go big to little.
Violent rampage, then cross.
Yeah.
All right, violent rampage. Here we go. That is a 4.
Okay. Nope.
Crosses, which would be more, if I happen to roll a 6, would be more,
Apt.
yeah,
Relevant to the
relevant is
conversation.
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Fuck. 1.
Yeah.
Thank you for trying.
Yep.
That isn't why I talked to you, but
Somebody needs to put in some of them coins and experience into this empathy thing if they're going to crack this.
You can't. You
Oh,
can't
that's right.
raise attributes.
Yeah, that's right. It's an attribute. Crap, you're
Yep.
screwed. You're so
Yeah.
screwed.
There is no dump stat.
Yep. All right. So the next time you guys can try this will be the 28th of June. Again,
All right.
woof.
if anyone wants to write that down. 28th.
I
Nice try,
knew-
though. I like it.
Yeah, I knew Merrick had the counselor specialty, so I was like, oh, no. As soon as they talk about this, this is going to be, he's going to take the time to try to, you know.
You guys have also had a doctor with you for a while who could have rolled that medical roll as well, but
But it's all
Fine.
dependent on me making a.
the empathy roll still, yeah.
A one, yeah, a D rank.
Yep.
17% chance.
All right, Emmett, I'm assuming you're navigating still while they're jib-jabbering?
Yeah.
Okay. Survival roll, and then whoever's on watch, recon roll, because that's still a thing.
5 and a 4.
Do you want to push that roll?
Yes.
Okay.
6 and a 2.
Okay. You do not get lost.
Can I do the recon while we're talking? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
12 and a 1, so 2 successes.
Okay.
Polar opposites.
Yep. All right, and that's pretty much out of the daytime. So we'd be heading into evening, and you guys have one more hex to go to get to the village. That's another survival roll and another recon roll.
3 and a 2.
And a weather roll.
Weatherman.
4.
Still cloudy.
I'm going to push for survival.
I rolled the same thing, 12 and a 1.
4 and a 2. Nope. That's push.
Oh, we got lost.
All right.
Because where we want to go right now is totally Radom. Absolutely where we want to go.
I thought you guys were headed back to the village.
We are, but we got lost.
Right. All right, so you guys are going along, and it's starting to get dark out, and as you're going along, and Murph and Merrick are talking, LT's probably still flipping through the fucking book and not really paying attention. Emmett, what does Emmett have going on, like, noggin-wise? What's he doing?
I mean, he's honestly just almost in the same boat as Merrick is at this point. You know, just kind of, 1,000-yard stare, like, what do I do now? Where's the next move? We're chasing this book, but that's nothing to do with where Keanu actually is. This is just something that we can go check on.
As you're going along, up ahead, you see a tank outside of a gas station with horns on it. And you realize you're lost. You went the wrong way.
Yeah, but at least we got our bearings.
Who's navigating? Emmett's navigating?
Yeah.
Hey, I know where we're at.
I like that he's thinking about his son and we end up at the tank. That's
Yep.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. Looks like I got us a little sideways. That's all right. If we double back and head northwest, we should get back to the village.
It's all right. You're subconsciously thinking about your boy.
I don't know. I'm focused. Let's get to the village.
Roll me the recon roll and another survival roll.
6 and a 1, so 1 success.
All right.
9 and a 7.
Okay.
2 successes.
So you're going along, and up ahead you see the village. You guys had made your way from there to the gas station, so it was like, okay, yeah, we've already done this. We know how to get back to there. And you see the gas station up ahead. Or not the gas station, I'm sorry. You see the village up ahead. You see the village up ahead. And you see Dominica come out, and, she sees you and kind of recognizes you, like she's looking through binoculars and sees you. But, like, the sun is, like, going down. It is, like, starting to get dark. And she kind of, like, waves to the 7 of you at this point. And you guys head into the village.
Yep.
Which I feel like we should name at some point, but that's okay. I don't know.
Village X.
Yeah. That's what it is on the map right now. Village little X. Instead of just calling it the village. There's monsters out there. Sorry. And so you guys make it back there. Dr. Delinsky sees you all coming in, and say, Mr. Novak, you said you were going to find your daughter. Were you able to find her?
I was able to find her, and she is doing well.
Good. What is your all's plan now, I guess? I don't know. We can offer a place to stay again, if you want. We saw some Shepherd's Flock people head by a few hours ago, earlier in the day, and they rode by and we're headed west from here.
Horses and an APC.
Yes, horses and BTR.
Saw them go by last night.
But they headed west. There's probably maybe 20 or so of them.
Right now, the plan is to rest a little bit and do a little bit of research. We can help out and carry our weight around the village.
Okay.
But we have some small projects to take care of. And then from them, we will figure out where it is that we need to go.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. We can set you up with a place. Same, and she talks to the same guy that you all had stayed with before. It's like he's said he's more than willing to let you crash in his dining room again.
Okay, thank you very much. That is, again, very, very hospitable.
Of course. And for a moment there, Jeremy, when you're looking at her, like her facial features, like just remind you of Grubik.
And he has this sudden flash of just wanting to strangle her. And it passes.
I imagine like High Fidelity, where they like jump over the counter and start just like beating the hell out of Tim Robbins, and then it like cuts back away and it's like just him standing there like looking at her. Yeah.
Well,
I love that movie so much.
It's John Cusack, right?
Yeah. But it's Tim Robbins is the one that him and Jack Black beat up. Yeah. It's like ponytail and shit. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so is that Brian? Is that your recommendation for the name of the town? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's actually there. It's just south, and it's really just a group of houses.
oh, dope.
Okay.
It's just south of Radom.
Ruda Wielka? Wielka?
And it has now been named that. That is the name of the place. Ruda Wielka. Wielka? I'm sure we'll be corrected.
Probably. Hopefully.
Write in if you know how to actually pronounce this word.
Village of Poland. Yep, there. Right
Ruda
there.
Wielka. Yep. All right, and yeah, so you guys get set up in the dining room of the same guy's house, and they give you guys a little area. I'm assuming all four of you are going to go there now, if you're going to actually be looking over the book instead of imposing on Miss Grubik.
Yeah, he's going to take his leave of her. And oh no, I have. I'm going to work on this project with the lieutenant, and he's going to excuse him.
Okay. Well, good night.
Thank you.
And she tells the people that are on watch, yada, 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 and she heads off to her house. And the four of you are in that dining room. All right, so details of what you guys know. You start going over it more through the night, and I mean, it's still kind of leading you to the same things. Like you have it spells out locations. You get like numbers out of it. It gives you these 3 locations. The one marked as C on the map now kind of is referenced as Alice, and there's like references to like Through the Looking Glass. These are the things you know. The Plague. Pretty much it's like most of it's all Camus except for that one part where it's talking about Through the Looking Glass and Alice, right? And that's kind of where you're getting that from for that C location. And from there you have an azimuth and a distance of 70 kilometers, approximately, just for shits and giggles. And that's kind of it. That's what you have. Like, that's what... There doesn't seem to be anything else, any other, like, things to it. Everything else around that is just kind of all Camus and, like, philosophy and bits and pieces from the Plague. and that.
This is 100% player input. It'd be great if the other characters had another journal that was found on a rooftop somewhere. Or access to it.
Murph has one, Chris. Remember the sniper thing? I pointed that out a couple episodes ago, too. He shot the guy that was on the roof, went over
two
there,
guys that
found a
Valentine
journal,
took out.
was full of a bunch of poetry, had Operation Reset jotted in the corner,
Yeah, but
and some numbers, and you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, but I thought I gave it to Bruce.
Nope. Never did anything with it.
Okay, I thought I gave it to Bruce. Okay.
Nope.
You've never given me anything but a hard time.
Give that man a challenge coin.
I am. I'm getting him out. That was good. That was a good one. That was challenge coin worthy joke. I take back my mean thing I said last time about how we're not known for being funny. Kyle, that was funny.
Yeah, I thought I gave it to him when he found this one.
Nope. I pointed it out at the end of that one while Murph was sleeping. And then that was it. That was as far as it went.
Okay, so
At some point, you have to have an epiphany.
yeah, yeah. I just gonna totally. Murph is like laying down, and he kind of like bolts upright. He's like, "Holy shit! Hey, Bruce,
Yeah?
I have something I think might help."
Oh, yeah? What you got?
So he takes it out of the inside of his jacket. No, I'd say it'd be in his pack. That's why he totally forgot all about it. I picked this up a little
Where
while
the
ago.
hell did this thing come from?
Yeah, I forgot all about it. Damn, I've had this for a minute. I got it off body. What God was it? What would it be in game?
2 weeks ago? A week ago?
Oh, it was a while ago. Dude, it was a while. It was at the beginning of like Krakow. It was like Valentine was there. So yeah, that was early, man. That was a while ago. That was like a month ago almost at this point.
When we were in the city, I took out a guy, and when we searched the body, he had this on him. But dude, it's just been sitting in my pack this whole time.
What is in this book?
Seems similar. Might be useful.
Let me check it out.
Cross-reference.
All right, so you start flipping through it, and it's all in English, right? It's kind of what he said. It was like it's a bunch of poetry, like written in here, and you do see a spot where it says Operation Reset, and then there's some numbers jotted down on the side, and you realize that those numbers actually do correlate to the same location, like one of the locations that you've already, established, right? Let's say it's C, right? Just for shits and giggles. So the same C, right? And you're kind of looking through, and like it's the way Murph saw it, it was just, here's a bunch of poetry, right? As you're flipping through, you're like, that's Walt Whitman. That's such and such. Like you start recognizing some different things, but then some of it like shows up and you're like, wait a minute, that's not, like this seems like something different. And you actually come across this one section that you recognize, right? And what you see is this area where it says, and same kind of thing happens where it's like a letter's wrong. You know what I mean? Like there's like this word's misspelled, this word's misspelled, this one's misspelled. And this is where it's like directing towards C, right? And it says, when you think the night has seen your mind, that inside you're twisted and unkind, let me stand to show you that you are blind. Please put down your hands, 'cause I see you. And you know that is the chorus from a Velvet Underground song, I'll Be Your Mirror.
Okay. That's awesome.
What the fuck is happening here?
My apologies. My apologies, Bruce. It had nothing to do with Shepherd's Flock. I thought it was just This guy, I couldn't imagine was Shepherd's Flock. He was a goon in Krakow.
Not everyone with this information was Shepherd's Flock, huh? You say British men, NATO intelligence had first thing. Then Russians have. They take from Shepherd's Flock. So maybe it was not Shepherd's Flock to begin with. Then they are searching this out. So they are collecting clues, we are collecting clues, but we should not let them get any more clues.
Everybody's looking for the same thing, apparently.
Yeah, and the fact that this is in English is even more of a wrinkle.
But what if this section of you say is I am the mirror? What if
Yeah.
azimuth is reverse azimuth?
Okay, so you're thinking instead of south by southwest, it's east by northeast?
Maybe, I do not know. It's speculation.
Okay. Lot to decipher here, but okay, so here's where I'm getting things from. And you see how I was telling you before about the misspellings being additional, cipher keys?
Yeah.
We're seeing that same structure here. So I don't know if these were written by the same person or just they've been taught a specific code or what, but do the clues line? The clues don't line up to be the same clues as the prior book. They're a whole different set of clues.
No, they're the same. Like when you start digging through it using the exact same kind of process as what you used with the French book, you get the same thing. You get those three locations.
Yeah.
Right? A, B, and C.
Yep.
And C seems to be like that's the one that then gets referenced. Like where C is located, right, is centered around the Velvet Underground song part of it.
Gotcha. And again, we've got two maps showing us these same locations on maps, and now we've coincidentally got two separate journals in two separate language all revolving around showing us these locations, and both of them shining an additional extra spotlight on this third location.
Okay, so we go to Alice and talk to her, huh?
I agree, but it's a long jaunt. I just want to make sure everybody's prepared.
Where on the map did your friend get shot? And then we ran into my SEAL guys.
It was southwest of A. Because we were heading in straight line, and then Gustav was shot, and then we traveled to the northwest.
Northeast. Didn't we?
No, it's northwest, I thought. Or
Okay.
maybe straight north, I think, is from when it originally happened. Either way, that is location where we run into Rose, your friend.
Well, with that being said, as we go marching into this location, there's probably a good chance that one's either being observed or protected or searched.
South of A is where you were when Gustav was shot.
But we ended up...
Southwest of A is where you ran into Rose.
Yeah. I think we should go to C and talk to Alice, because that is the most information, the starting point, it seems.
Yeah, I know, Bruce, this is going to be a shock to you, but poetry isn't exactly my thing, so I just threw it in my pack.
Understood. I still kind of breaking down the code that is your and I relationship, so I get it. But just keep your eyes peeled.
Well, we need to go in cautiously because this seems way bigger than we initially thought.
No. Guns blazing. That's why you're here, right, buddy?
Not guns blazing. Guns popping from a distance.
Yeah, that's right. There we go.
We didn't roll for nighttime weather yet. Kyle, roll me a weather roll.
Nighttime weather. A 3.
All right, still cloudy. But I mean, you guys are spending the night kind of looking over this book at this point. So That's kind of been what your nighttime is by candlelight, looking at this, or I don't know, lamp. So what do you guys think of all this so far? The code shit. I mean, I could have written it out, but that seems unnecessary.
No. It's given my obscure character some actual usage within this,
Right?
Instead of just being derpy the entire time.
Yeah, I figured being a liberal arts guy, he would know Velvet Underground, so it worked out okay.
Definitely.
Plus, I love the Velvet Underground. If I ever
There you
get
go.
a chance to reference Velvet Underground, it's amazing.
I like puzzles. I like the mystery. I'm a fan.
I bet you all the groups that are interested in if it is what we think it is, very different motivations for either acquiring it or finding it.
Well, and you also know that, like, Velvet Underground's not necessarily going to be a popular Russian band. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily everybody in Soviet Russia is going to be like, oh, that's a Velvet Underground song. It's from I'll Be Your Mirror. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, this is from, Through the Looking Glass. There's details here that you all pick up on because of your Western background that people from Soviet Russia probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, it was written intentionally that way.
Which seems very agency. Yeah, my wonder, and he says this to them, I'm just wondering, or fearful, wrong word, but we need to be cautious because there could be another team like Roses on each of these sites.
We don't know if that's why he was there. I still don't know if he's associated with these sites or if his motivations are something else. It keeps coming back to me, why would they keep the body? We know they had it, they know they had it. They knew we knew they had it.
I don't have an answer to that. But they were obviously protecting something.
They were full of shit, that is true.
A seal and his team aren't just hanging out in the woods for no reason.
It's not a SEAL.
What was he?
He's same
Army.
as Murph. He's Spec Ops. Yeah, he's Army. He's not SEALs there. That you're thinking Sweden.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's Green Beret, Special Forces.
Yeah.
But yeah, a Spec Ops team isn't just hanging out. They've got a mission doing something. And they weren't just surviving.
All right, guys. So we got 2 books here: one French, one English. All these locations, coordinates, 2 maps. None of this is coincidence. The only question I have is: are we walking into a death trap?
Oh, most certainly. Yes.
I
But
got that feeling as well.
I still think the only way to know is go and see this location for ourselves,
The Brit didn't have a book or anything on him, right?
He was getting the map.
He was getting the map. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he had the map, or we got the map and he wanted it from us.
Yep.
But on his body, we didn't find any.
But the book, here's the thing.
The book is
book.
telling us what the map.
I mean,
book-
technically, Jeremy said he wrote some things down in his book, closed it, and then
He did make notes. But
gave you the map back.
Because we now have 3 data points to cross-reference.
Actually, that's a really good meta point. Kyle, you have his journal.
You
I have
looted
2
his body.
journals. Yeah, and a map. Oh, he had a journal? I didn't write down a journal.
He wrote stuff down and then
Yeah. Yeah, the Brit had a journal that he Because
If it's not on his
Emmett
map,
handed him the map.
he had it.
I'm looking
jotted
here
some
at
things
the
down.
list of things you gave me from his dead body. There was no journal on that.
There's a scrap of paper with some stuff on it.
Yeah, yeah.
One of those little notebooks, the little.
Right in the rain.
The little green
Yes,
notebooks. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And we never did anything with it. We ended up with like 3 Bibles from dead.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever? I didn't know those existed. My characters.
They had some like underlined passages, right?
Yeah, they had passages underlined that were like things from Revelations or things from the Old Testament that were very like apocalyptic-y and kind of fit in with their general religious beliefs of like, this is the end of days, type shit.
It just stood to reason to me that, the people looking for this had obviously books, or so maybe the Brit had one. So now we know he does. So reference point number 3.
Yeah, and Kyle, if you open up, why am I forgetting his name? Ellis. If you open up Ellis's thing that he wrote down stuff in, we'll say he had a little tiny notebook that he wrote this stuff down in. It references those, like he's basically like referencing those 3 points still, and like the azimuth. Like he had the azimuth, he didn't have the locations.
So he didn't know it started at sea, but he had a
Right.
location and a distance.
But then once he got the locations, it was like, oh, okay,
So we take off in the morning to go speak with Alice, huh?
I think so. I just wonder what we're running into, but I don't see any other path here. Captain Emmett, you've had a goal this whole time. The rest of us have a goal, but are you okay with that?
Well, I mean, I don't have another known direction right now, so I'm with you guys for the foreseeable future.
The thing that stands out to me as well is our 3 pieces of evidence, as Merrick would reference it, I'm assuming, are NATO, right? French, English.
Yeah, we have a French book, 2 maps, an English book, and then our British friend had this bit of notes referencing as well. So, yeah, of the things I have, nothing points to Russian or Polish.
And I know Merrick doesn't think that they're related or may not be related, but we have a U.S. Special Forces team near one of the sites. I'm thinking this is a NATO operation.
Well, that might make it easier for us, because the last thing I want to run into is a shepherd's flock of Russian institution, but...
Yeah, but they're all hunting for the same treasure.
Yeah,
Use that term loosely.
this seems very much like that Indiana Jones movie I once saw.
Oh, Indiana Jones with the temple and the...
Yeah,
The,
yes, exactly.
Kalima.
That's exactly right.
No, this sounds
But that
more
one
like
did not have all the people looking for the same thing.
Raiders of
Oh,
the
yeah,
Lost Ark.
Yeah, that's the one where all the Nazis melted. Yeah,
Which one is
but
that?
Raiders of the
It
Lost
does
Ark.
not matter. I only saw the one. I thought there was only one.
So he only saw Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
That's the one he saw?
Yeah.
I mean, great,
And that's the-
but like...
Actually, timeline-wise, that fits.
It's the
doesn't it?
prequel. Yeah. It's the prequel. It happens before Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yep.
Well, whatever we do, this sounds high value, which means high caution. We have to be smart. We're not good at that.
So far, we're over 1,000 on that one. But
Not true. We acted like a real unit, real special forces unit when we went to the tank. That was coordinated.
Yeah, we also didn't do too bad with the prisoners getting transported either.
We're finding our roles. We're coalescing as a team.
All right, so the two hexes directly to the south of you are wooded hexes. So that means those would be one hex per shift to go through. After that, it's an open hex and then another open hex. So you'd be able to do that in another shift. and then in the third shift, or 1, 2, 3, 4, it would take you 4 shifts to get to the location C from the village.
Yeah, we're obviously going to have to go 2 shifts, camp, 2 shifts.
I was just rules as written, letting you know, travel mechanics.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And as we get close to C, we're going to travel slower.
So it'll take
Narratively,
you 5 shifts.
narratively slower.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much the nighttime at this point. So we'd be in the morning shift. I'm imagining y'all are going to sleep at some point. Is that correct?
Yes.
6 for weather.
Oh,
I mean, I know we've all been talking about it, but do you think we'd all be up at night talking about it, or would we well, I would
No.
think somebody would have slept.
as far as I was concerned, y'all were up and talking about it because that's what you said you were doing.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody be up trying to figure out what's going on.
And sleeping in the morning. Done.
It is now the 22nd of June.
Emmett, I'll take watch. You took it last time.
They have a watch here.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah. We don't worry about it. These are your peeps. Emmett gets a little paranoid about that.
I go to bed without even thinking twice.
All right. And, guys go to sleep. Long dramatic pause.
I was just waiting for us to wake up to the house on fire.
No.
I was waiting for a nightmare.
Kyle.
Yes.
LT's laying there and he's asleep. And he starts having these dreams about, like, Alice in Wonderland, right? Like, he's like remembering having read the book. All of his dreams are kind of like melding all of this together into, like, this abstract story of an already really weird, fucked up abstract story anyway. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like smashing together in his head with, like, the Velvet Underground, like, playing in the background. And
I'm late for a very important day.
and it's like he gets to the castle and there's the queen, but everyone's sick from this plague. Then he's like on a beach and he sees the Mad Hatter and he shoots him with a pistol, and it's just this hodgepodge of, like, Camus and, you know, Alice in Wonderland and you know, Through the Looking Glass and Velvet Underground playing, and it's like the weird cello part of Heroin is just like playing over top of it. Emmett, you're wandering around and you're looking at this map, but everything just keeps moving on this map. And you're trying to find this location, and it's like you just keep seeing this point that says Keanu. And, like, you walk in a, you know, like, through this, like, tree line, and you see this tank that's just, like, blasted to hell, and it's, like, rusty, and it's been there for a while. It's got the horns on top of it. And you turn around and you start walking back the other direction, and you see the tank, and it's blasted out, and the horns are on the front of it. Turn around, you walk the other direction, same thing. Like, no matter what direction, you keep ending back up at the same tank. Merrick, you're standing there at a window, and you have the curtain pulled to the side, and you're looking through that kitchen window, and you keep seeing this shadow, like the silhouette up against the wall, this actual shadow, like it's being cast on it, and you're just waiting for whatever's casting that shadow to walk by, just so you have a moment to see her. And all you ever see is that shadow just moving back and forth. Murph. We see Murph, and he's like looking through a scope, and we can see crosshairs like going across this horizon, like what he can see of, like, this ridge line, right? And it's just like he's waiting for somebody to come across. And beside him, we hear the voice of Sully. I mean, Sully's like, I don't see him yet. And all of a sudden we see crosses coming up over the ridge line, but there's like a whole bunch of them, and it starts looking like this cemetery in front of him, and his crosshairs are panning across, and we just see like all these crucifixes moving towards you. And y'all wake up.
I got a bad feeling about this, guys.
I mean, have you had a good feeling?
That was fun.
Not since I've been in Poland.
Right.
Ref gets a challenge coin. That was a lot of dreams.
Ooh, yay.
Narrative and notional, not to be redeemed for anything ever.
Yeah, not to be redeemed against us.
I have two now.
Oh, I missed with the kill shot. Challenge coin.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America. If you call, you will be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.